Okay, welcome to video number 3. This is where we are going to wrap up this video series, and I am going to teach you how to play the chorus of Let It Be by the Beatles. And then we are going to apply those 2 patterns that we learned. We learned about the rhythms and then the cluster of notes. The idea here is to be able to have you play this simple form of the song, Let It Be, go into a solo, be creative, enjoy the piano, then come back into the song. So it's going to sound like this. Let me play it for you. Just a very basic form of the song, then a solo. Okay, maybe just a short solo. And then you go back in. Okay, so let's jump into it. I'm going to first start off by teaching you the song. I'm going to move through this quickly so that I can keep the video time short, and then we'll jump into the application. So let's first work on our foundation, which is our left hand for the chorus of Let It Be. Remember, this foundation, there's patterns that you can use to try and memorize what chords I'm going to be playing. So the first 3 chords you need to memorize are this A minor chord, this C chord, and this F chord. Okay, let me break it down how I would think of it. There's a couple things you need to remember. Try your best, once you've found this chord, to freeze your fingers when you lift up and move. So a lot of people tend to lift up their hand to find their next chord, and then they'll move their fingers around and be like, oh, where am I supposed to go? And then they don't know. What I teach my students to do is to freeze their fingers. So from the wrist up, you'll lift up, and then you'll bring your chord here without moving your fingers. And so what this allows you to do is to focus on one finger. If you focus on one finger and where it should go, then everything else should fall into place. So the finger that I'm focusing on is my thumb. It's the easiest one to see. So notice these 2 black notes and to the right. That's where my thumb needs to be, and that will be my starting position. Okay? Then my thumb moves to this note. So just memorize 2 black notes right in between it, okay? Freeze your fingers, move it up. So let it be, and let it be. And then now my thumb is gonna move to the left of the 2 black notes right here. So you're gonna pick up from the wrist, freeze your fingers. Look, I'm not moving them at all. From the wrist up, move over, look at my thumb. Let it be, and then let it be back up to here. So that's called the A section of the chorus. So I'll go through it again slowly so you can see it. So let it be, let it be, let it do. Okay. Now the B section starts on a C, speaking words of wisdom. Now notice this is a new chord that we've put in here, and the way that I'm memorizing where this one goes for the B section is 2 black notes in between. Words of wisdom, and then let it be, yeah, 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 and then you finish right there. Okay, so the B section one more time. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be, yeah, 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 yeah. Notice my frozen fingers, keeping track of the thumb and where it's supposed to go for each of these. So you have to memorize this in order to get the song down. You can do it. Just spend 10-15 minutes a day until you can get it down, just your bread down here, your foundation. In the right hand, what you're going to do is you're going to do groups of 3 notes. Let it be, let it be. So you see it's always 3 notes that the Beatles composed for this melody line. So you're starting here, let it be. So you play that, let it be. Okay, then you go, let it be. Take your time, pause the video, rewind. It'll take some work on your end, but you can do it. Okay, now the third one. Do do do, do do do. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So the best way to tackle memorizing these melody lines is to actually learn the song so you can sing it. This is a quick tune that most of you should know, and it should come to your memory pretty quickly. So let it be, and then you play it. And then let it be, and then let it be, let it be. Okay, so notice on these notes here, I'm going up, let it be, and then start again at the top and bring it down, let it be. Okay? So find patterns that'll help you memorize things. Speaking words of wisdom. So speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So play this over and over just with your right hand. Make sure you're singing, practicing your hands separate, and then you bring them together. I'll give you a couple of tips on how to bring them together right now, and then we'll jump into the application portion of it. So let it be. Notice the right hand starts this. Let it be. On the bottom note of the right hand, for the beginning, that's where you come in together. So let it be. Okay, next phrase. Let it be. Okay, so notice at the end, let it be. At the end of the right hand phrase, then your left hand comes in. And then let it be. Again, let it be. So at the end of all of these right hand phrases, you come in together. Okay, now the B section. Speaking words of wisdom. Look at where my right hand is when I go to this chord. So you hit the E when you go to the G. So this is the B section. Speaking words of wisdom. So on wisdom, let it be. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the application. Like I mentioned, I want to keep this video nice and short. Go back, watch the beginning of it, master it, then come back to learn how you can go on your solo. So the first thing that you have to understand is on the solo, you also have to create a foundation. So this is your bread to create your foundation so you can bring in the peanut butter and jelly. So we're going to do this like we've been practicing. So we're going to be on an F chord, and then we're going to move up just to the next chord, which is the G chord. So we're going to go, let it be. Solo, left hand 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1. Okay. Then on the right hand, you can use whatever cluster you've memorized or whatever cluster you think goes best with this here. So I'm just going to do this cluster here, and then I'll go to this cluster, and then this cluster. And the rhythm that I'm going to decide to do, you can be creative with this. I'm going to go PBJ, 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 and then I'm going to do the second rhythm. So the second rhythm, remember that? Okay, so listen to how it sounds. So I'm going to pretend I'm coming out of the chorus. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Yeah, yeah, solo. People are wondering at this point how it is that you're soloing in a Beatles song. And you learned a couple of patterns, some theory, some rhythm, and now you're able to and then solo. Okay, so I hope that you're able to see how I take patterns and theory and then apply it to songs that you can play and be creative on. If you need to watch this video over again, do that. I know I kind of went quickly through things. I just wanted to keep the time down, but I want you to remember most of all what my end goal here was for you in the 3 videos. I wanted to take theory patterns, a little bit of rhythm, and apply it to a song so that you can be creative on the piano. If you're able to spark that creativity and think of piano in a different light, I really think you're going to start enjoying things, gain some momentum, and be able to put in the hard work that it takes to be a pianist that enjoys playing piano without sheet music. As always, guys, if you're ready to take things to the next level, check out my paid content, and also make sure to join the Facebook group where you can post your videos of yourself playing this stuff. It's a free group. Join it. It's a great community where we can kind of banter back and forth and throw ideas around. I hope to see you on the other side in my paid content.